You're listening to The Scrimmage with Daniel Hargrove and Justin Domashevitz.
Feeling froggy?
Then jump. Yeah. Wow. Justin,
Yeah.
you have never so slyly put on a shirt before. And you have never looked so disgusting. Because
I wasn't trying to be sneaky. I just wanted to wait until
As
the
long as
last possible minute.
understandable. That is gross.
Yeah.
It's
And not like Andrew Gross, which is a great thing to be.
because gross is great in that sense.
Gross like yucky gross.
Yeah, like yucky gross.
Yeah.
Icky.
Yeah, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate things that are icky.
that is grotesque.
Yeah. I'm wearing a Duke shirt in case anyone isn't watching but is only listening, as a part of a bet that I lost to Skylar Bove of Montesano baseball.
Why do you do this to yourself?
In my defense, I really didn't think I was going to lose.
You got slaughtered.
Yeah, I got annihilated.
Toasted.
Really bad.
I think
Skylar was feeling froggy.
Yes, he was. I think, and you were feeling
Froggy
whatever a
too, I
term
guess.
for overconfident would mean. What would be a slang for overconfident?
What's a really overconfident
You were thinking
animal?
Kobe? Were you feeling Kobe?
Yeah.
Feel like, well, I guess he had a decent reason to be that confident,
I
huh?
was gonna say I thought Kobe was like correct confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's overconfident?
Justin.
You feeling Justin?
That can't be the
Yep,
can't be the
that's what it
nickname.
is.
No. Anyway,
Dude,
I don't
did I build up your ego too much when it comes to bracket bets? That you just thought yourself impervious? You were just like, bracket bet? I win those all the time.
I didn't need your help. Like, I was already pretty delusionally confident in my own abilities with the college bracket.
Well, sorry, I
What is this
just
face you're
saw
making?
my face and then started making a weirder face because I saw myself on a screen.
It's so
And that's what I do. And now my
interesting.
voice is matching my face.
It's really
And
interesting.
I feel like you have to make this little lip smack when you have this face.
how you respond to visual stimuli. Like, it's kind of like, it's nice that we can see ourselves while the show's going on. It's also kind of hazardous because you get very distracted looking at yourself. Also, if there ever happens to be a TV on with anything remotely interesting off to the side, you get distracted very quickly.
Which is tough at Andrews because there's always rocket ships on this screen and sports-related stuff on this screen.
Yeah.
And if I lean over like this, then I can see what's going on in the Mariners game, which apparently they only scored 1 run in the 10th.
Yeah.
And now it's not going well in the bottom of the 10th.
Okay, well.
We need to get going with this as quick as possible so you can get out of that god-awful shirt.
Thank you. Let's
Do you have to wear it the whole day?
just for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do this show like this.
I'm going to burn it later. With
I'm going to
no
be in my
diesel.
trailer. Can we burn it here, or do we have to wait till you get home?
I don't. No, I don't know. We'll see.
Are we going to do a ceremony and dance around it like we did last time? That was like 12 years ago.
That was a really long time
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. That was a hat, too, so it didn't burn. I think this will burn easier.
I hope so.
That was the day we learned that what's inside the bill of a hat actually doesn't burn that easy, because it's not really cardboard. It's more like wax.
Yeah. It was
Plastic.
It probably
Yeah.
depends on the hat.
Probably.
2
Let's
minute
get it
drill.
going with the 2-minute drill. Dang it. You beat me.
Let's go, huddle up. Gotta hurry. Hey, 2-minute situation. 44 seconds, hand the ball around. Gonna do it right. 3 jet Buckeye on 1 3.
The 2-minute drill starts now.
The Seattle Storm selected Ucon's Nika Muhl. Did I get that right?
Mule.
Mule.
And you said
Nika Muhl.
Ukon instead of Yukon for
Well,
some reason.
yeah. I mean, whatever.
Okay.
With the 14th overall pick in the WNBA Draft, the WNBA Draft. Justin, what do you think about that choice.
I think they made the best of a tough situation. They're a team that wasn't particularly good and didn't have a first-round pick. So 14th overall is actually the second pick of the second round. And taking Nika Muhl, she's not a volume scorer, but they already have one of those in Jewel Lloyd. What they needed was defensive stopper, efficient player, great passer, and that's exactly what Nika Muhl is. You might remember her as the person who guarded Caitlin Clark in the beginning of UConn's tourney game against Iowa and frustrated her really badly. So I think that's probably the lasting memory that most people have of Nika Muhl, and I think you'll see more of that when she gets to the W.
Why did she only cover in the beginning if that was the case?
I think they did some other... It just seemed like there were other people on her. Maybe they figured out a way to get switches and stuff. But, Caitlin did do better in the second half of that game. The NFL draft starts on Thursday. I bet that snuck up on you.
What?
And the Seattle Seahawks have the 16th pick in the
We
first
lost!
round.
Sorry, the Mariners just lost. That
Lame.
sucks.
Oh, this next question, or the last question didn't age well.
Darn it.
Anyway, the NFL draft starts on Thursday, and the Seattle Seahawks have the 16th pick in the first round. Daniel, which need should the Hawks address with that pick?
They should address their defensive or offensive line depending on which is the best player available there. If there's a freak show defensive lineman, take that guy. If they're all gone, then take a Husky. But I think, what's that guy's name? Fautanu?
Yeah.
Is that it?
You know what? Just
Every time I hear his name, it sounds like it rhymes with Boitano. But
what would Brian Boitano
exactly,
do?
that's what pops in my head every time, even though it doesn't actually rhyme. Anyway, that's what they should do. Houston Rockets big man Boban Marjanovic appeared to intentionally miss a free throw. Yes, I saw this during the fourth quarter of a meaningless regular season finale against the Clippers in LA last Sunday in order to trigger a promotion in which the fans would get free chicken. Justin, how weird was this move by Boban?
It might be a weird move for a lot of guys. It's not a weird move for Boban.
Nope.
Because everyone across the league, there's so many players that everyone hates or someone hates. Everybody loves Boban. He's played a lot of different places. He's big, goofy looking. He has weird ears. He played a villain in a John Wick movie. Everybody loves Boban Marjanovic. And so when you see him lip sync to the crowd, I got you, chicken on me. And then he misses a free throw badly, despite the fact that he's a 76% career free throw shooter. And then I just love the play-by-play guy saying, he's a man of the people, after it was just the best. I love it. And the game didn't matter at all. It was already late fourth quarter, and I thought it was a pretty cool thing for Boban. And it just keeps playing with his general vibe, which is, hey, everyone loves me. I'm in a Goldfish commercial where I take a whole box of goldfish because it all fits in my hand. This is the question that didn't age well.
No.
The Mariners are hot.
Hot.
During the team's current, now ended, 4-game winning streak, Julio Rodriguez has raised his batting average from 186 to 256, actually 265 after 2 for 5 today.
Yep.
Going 9 for 19. Daniel, is Julio back?
I think he's back to his hitting ways. Is he going to be the type of guy who's more of a hitter than a power hitter? I'm starting to think that might be the case.
And a great base runner.
If he wants to oh gosh, don't get me started. That's for later. I think Julio's back.
After this 2-minute drill.
Yeah. I think Julio's back.
Okay. I like it. Daniel, I've always felt like bad base running is a trigger for you a lot more than it's a trigger for what I'll call normal people. And I can only surmise that it's because Hargroves are great base runners. Like, you were a great base runner when you played baseball. You're a great base runner, super aggressive, great base runner, great slider in softball.
I feel like it's probably related to the way Daniel's triggered by the try hard. Like,
that's a good point.
Like, because you become a good base runner by working at it and by running out stuff even when it doesn't, like, by like pushing the edges.
I get what you're saying. I think that's part of it, but I'm not sure if that's what Julio's bad at.
No, Julio's bad.
I think
at
Julio's
doing
just
the-
bad at doing it right.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's not trying hard. He just doesn't seem to be very good at it. I described it to you on our text thread that it's almost like he gets to every base before he expects to.
Yeah.
And then he gets there and he's like, oh no, what do I do now? And if he's sliding, it results in some awkward slides where it looks like he's going to hurt himself. And if I hear one more person go, oh, glad he's sliding feet first because, sliding head first is how you get hurt. Dude, if you watched how he slides into bases feet first, it terrifies me for his knees and ankles constantly.
Plus, they have those mittens.
Right.
Like,
why have the
are
mittens if
people
you're not going to use it?
Are people actually getting their fingers broken sliding head first with those mittens still?
That's a good question.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it with the mittens yet. And it was rare before when you didn't have the mittens. I assume those mittens were mainly for if somebody jumps and they come down on your hand.
Yeah.
But it's like, holy moly. I mean, and it's not just him. The sliding thing is not just Julio. The art of the head first slide is almost gone. Because I'm sure somebody got hurt sliding head first and everybody was like, oops, sliding head first is dangerous. And it's like, no, gosh. Guys used to slide head first constantly. Pete Rose, Ricky Henderson, part of the reason they were so good at what they did is because they also slid head first. Like, were they fast? Yes, but also they were flying through the air from like 15 feet away from the base, getting there under the tag. Like, it was awesome. And also, when you're sliding feet or head first, you can avoid contact and avoid tags so much easier than when you're going feet first. So, like, there was 2 plays in the Mariners game today. J.P. Crawford got thrown out at third on what I thought was a pretty good aggressive decision. Nobody was coming third. He tried to get there while the ball was being thrown to first. It took a good throw, but then a bad slide, or not even a bad slide, but a feet first slide, and the guy jumped, swiped the tag down, and because guess what? Your legs don't stick out as far as your arms would when you're stretching out like this because you're sitting up. He got tagged on the shoulder as his feet weren't yet to the base. If he was sliding feet first, there's no shoulder to tag on a swipe tag because
he would have shoulder by diving head first.
Yeah. Well, he would have been lower to the ground. So guess what? It also makes it harder to tag if the throw's at all high.
Yeah.
It's harder to get down to you. And so that's one reason. But also, you can, when you're diving head first, you can see what's going on. You can maneuver your hands so much easier than your feet to avoid tags. It drives me nuts. And then Julio leaves way too early, which happens. That happens every now and then when you're stealing a base. He's so stinking fast, though. He would have been safe easily had he just slid head first. But instead, he did this super awkward feet first slide. Probably like
him up in the
6
air.
feet too late. That bounced him up in the air. So his foot is literally past the bag when he's getting tagged out, but it hadn't gone down onto the bag yet. It's like, that is another thing that doesn't happen when you dive head first. Your feet don't bounce off the base because you can grab it. You can grab the base. It drives me bonkers. And Andrew's explanation makes so much sense. He didn't grow up a fast.
Speculation, not an explanation.
He didn't. Your speculation makes sense to me though, as a hypothesis. He didn't grow up a fast kid, so now he's doing all these fast kid things, and he has no idea how to do them.
He wasn't expected to be a fast kid, so it wasn't like. I assume he wasn't getting like, hey, look, this is going to be your edge when you get to the MLB.
Yeah.
You're going to be stealing these bases until like a few years ago.
Yeah, and now everybody's like, oh, he could be a 40-40 guy. And what I'm seeing from his game right now is
20-40.
I'm thinking maybe he could be a 20-20 guy with a better average than you guys think. Because it seems like he swings for the fence way too much and then he doesn't hit. And when he stops doing that, then he hits better. Then he gets hot. Then he hits some home runs. Then he swings for the fence. Then he gets cold. Stop trying to make him a 40-40 guy. He's not Ronald Acuna. He's not. Ronald Acuna's always been fast. He's always been good at stealing bases. He's always been a hit for power guy. Let Julio be Julio. He can be a superstar without being a 40-40 guy. And the other thing that's really weird to watch.
He'll hit more home runs when he's not swinging hard.
Exactly.
Like, he hits the ball so hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Without swinging out of his shoes.
Yeah. So just when he lives in himself, he'll hit more home runs. I'm not sure it'll get to 40 though. Mm-hmm. But he'll be probably 25-30 home run guy, and he could be a 25-30 stolen base guy, but I bet if he lives comfortably in that, he would also hit around 300 instead of 250. And so I think that would be more valuable. The other thing that's really weird about Julio is he, like, when he hits a double or a triple, or he's trying to cut third to go home, dude looks so awkward cutting the bases. It's almost like, again, he gets to third or second, and he's like, oh, I'm here already. I guess I better turn. It's like, no. How many times in Little League did we learn how to round bases where you loop out a little bit so you don't have to get to a
dedicated full 15-minute drills to that.
But you don't have to stop when you get, and he gets to every base, and then you see his arm go, woo, woo, woo,
He
woo,
does
woo.
that, yeah.
And he's just like, I gotta turn, and then he has to pick up speed again, and I'm just like,
It's like a propeller.
and I think I wouldn't be this frustrated. I would say that,
I'm
except for
honestly
the thing
curious.
that brought this up to me, that part of it. There's an inside the park home run of Ellie De La Cruz. That dude's like 6'5". He's bigger than Julio.
Built different though.
He's bigger
like
than
40, 45. He's like more than half legs.
Oh,
His legs start like.
he's
right
a short
up here.
torso.
okay, but you think
De La
Julio's?
Cruz, I don't. De La Cruz looks like his legs are insanely long.
Andrew knows
Yeah.
how to
We
identify a
just
short
saw
and long
them.
torso.
Yeah.
We just saw them like last week, right? They were just in Seattle.
So I could
and
see-
he looks almost he looks like a giraffe.
That's true. It's true.
I'm not arguing against.
I get what you're saying, that he naturally looks a little bit more graceful just because of his body proportions.
Oh, I don't even know if I'd say graceful. He just looks like he's all legs.
Well, when he's sprinting.
Okay.
Because, and I'll relate that to the watch Tyler Lockett Golden Tate sprint, and then watch Percy Harvin sprint.
Okay.
One of them looks violent and hectic, and the other one looks like a gazelle gliding.
If
And
De La
yet they're
Cruz-
all about the same
Right.
size.
De La
Right.
Cruz looks like a giraffe. What kind of animal does Julio look like?
Julio
Well, that's
looks like a
like a
when he-
rhino, maybe.
maybe, yeah. But the thing is the size thing, I don't know, because the legs.
Because everybody
But
talks about how huge Julio is.
he's
And
yeah.
I don't have a good feeling for how big he is, honestly.
Like a
He's-
tiger?
Julio is DK Metcalf size, almost.
Yeah.
I think I saw something that was like almost exactly like
And
right
DK
around the same.
is super fast, but one of the
Right.
I'd like to
things
see
people
DK
were worried
Metcalf
about-
round second base and see if
That's
he uses
like,
his
yeah,
arm as a
like,
propeller.
He might.
Right. But what I'm getting at here is Ellie is also 6'5". He might be a little slighter built. I'm not positive.
30 pounds.
30 pounds?
Julio is 2 inches shorter and 30 pounds heavier.
30 pounds heavier.
Wow.
So the thing is, though, is shorter legs and being shorter should help you round
Yes,
bases
that's
easier.
True. That is true.
But Ellie made it look all in one motion. It was like he was running a circle around the bases, and he flew around the bases in 14.6 seconds, and it looked like he never had to miss a step. Every time Julio comes to a base, it seems like he's like chopping his feet and going, oh, gotta turn! And the only reason why I'm upset about this is because it feels like I'm just bashing him about this. I get upset about it because what's the thing you hear about when people talk about Julio? What a great base runner! And I'm like, just because he's fast doesn't make him a great base runner. He's actually not very good at it. He's not.
Right.
And it,
Sorry.
it defends you.
So you're
As a good base runner,
Yeah,
it defends you.
it does. I don't know why.
You're
you
also
wanna
the
feel
less
you're a
like you're bashing
particularly
him-
good Superman diver, and I'm wondering, like, do you expect every professional baseball player to be as good at the Superman dive as you are?
No.
I feel like
Also, I'm not near as good
it's
as my
fair.
brother was.
Yeah.
I feel like
Again,
it's-
this is kind of the inferiority complex moving out. So you just said I was a particularly good Superman diver.
You both are.
In my head, I'm nowhere near what Jimmy was.
He might be better at it, but you guys like.
you reach further.
But
though.
okay, but how many people have we played softball with that are proficient in the Superman dive? There's very few.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
it's a 1%er.
Okay.
You know? So like in my mind,
So am I just-
Jimmy might be better, but you're also really good at it.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Daniel,
I know that JP Crawford can't dive.
Okay.
Have you seen him dive for a ball?
No.
He always has a leg like tucked up underneath him. And I don't blame him for it, because if you get hurt diving, or if that, like, I don't know.
are you more or less likely to get hurt diving if you tuck a leg up?
That's a good point.
Because
Yeah.
my thought process is if I keep my legs out, the worst that's going to happen is I'm going to
knock the wind out of you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Daniel, it might help you to feel better, like you're not bashing Julio.
Yeah.
If you spin it by being like, he's not that good at base running. He would be way better if he focused on actually learning, because he's super fast.
Yeah.
And he's talented.
He's got all the tools to do it. And you know what? It's starting to bleed into my other analysis of Julio.
Triggered you.
What?
I feel like I've really triggered you.
I'm not sure who GD is, but I think they have a good point. They say that they think it's logical to expect professional athletes to be better at stuff.
Isn't that your brother? I'm not sure.
He changes.
He might have changed. He might have changed his handle. That might be your brother.
It's a logical point in general, but this is a very specific.
It is specific. Thing. You know what it's bleeding into? It is Daniel.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, Daniel.
It's bleeding into my view of his defense too, though.
Oh.
And it's now I'm starting to get unfair with it because he actually is a really good defender. But there was a ball that hit like 4 feet over him on the wall today, but on the live view, I was like, an actual Gold Glove center fielder would have caught that. And then I watched the replay and I was like, oh no, I have a problem.
Well, the first step is admitting you have a problem. Yeah.
So
that's the first step to recovery.
Yeah. Sorry, I just went on a rant about Julio's base running.
He went 2 for 5 today so far.
Isn't the game over? Oh,
no.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I think he's gonna be okay. Apparently, my dad texted me. Munoz gave up 3 hits with no outs to lose the game. Although my dad had a typo and it says to lose the game.
Oh no! I have Munoz on my fantasy team.
Ooh, stinks to be you.
Okay,
What's your fantasy team name, by the way?
Honey Nut Ichiro's.
So you're in second place.
Yeah.
And I'm in third place.
Oh, and Sean's in first place. You and Sean have been like, well, I guess that's not true every year.
No, I'm terrible.
No, I'm saying that your team and Sean's team, because I made this reference, like, you two are some of the most knowledgeable baseball people I know, and you both suck at fantasy baseball.
That's true.
While my team tends to be near the top, and I was just getting confused between which is which between Ronald Acuna and Arozarena.
Yeah.
Like, I picked Arozarena this year thinking it was Acuna.
That's
in fantasy baseball.
hilarious.
I was like, why is he still available? Oh my gosh.
Why is the best player in the league available in the third round?
Rays? Like, what the heck, man? I thought he was in Atlanta.
I want you to know, though, that I've made a turn in fantasy baseball.
Okay, yeah.
My team name used to be Overrated.
Yeah.
And my image used to be a picture of Mariano Rivera.
Right.
But now that I'm doing better this year, I've renamed my team Underrated, and it's a picture of Edgar Martinez.
I love it so much.
So
that's amazing.
I feel like this is a good
100% in support of this.
I feel like it's a good turn.
Yeah, it's early, but good start.
Yeah,
good start for you, me, and Sean.
Okay, now that I had my Daniel Hargrove's rant of the week or whatever we called it back in the 90s when we used to record this thing.
Overreaction of the week.
That was definitely an overreaction. Julio's base running.
That was an overreaction.
That was in the 2010s, Daniel. Actually,
that's how long ago. Like 15 years ago should be in the 90s. Like that's what I'm saying.
No.
Stop it. Okay.
Well, do you want to move on?
I think we should before I start ranting about minuscule Mariners things that don't need to be ranted about.
Serving questions up on a silver platter where the points are made up and the rules don't matter. Time for Stump Daniel.
Stump Daniel
Sorry,
was
Justin.
No, you're good. I actually think it was probably my fault because I kept pausing and then speaking really slowly and then just continued to crescendo this sentence and all of its Baroque independent clauses. What? What did Daniel say?
Daniel says the Hargrove overreaction of the week should be a new segment. It's not a new segment.
It'd be
it's
a
an
reboot
old segment.
Yeah.
Do you still have? Yeah.
I'll pull it up later.
It would be a callback.
Stump Daniel is brought to you by the Law Office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz. No relation.
What's the A stand for?
By the way, you were
BT
gonna
Dub?
say something.
No, I was just gonna say that wearing my Kier Gardner jersey.
Yeah,
today.
you are repping.
Go
Cougs.
Better than HVL. Just saying. Which apparently everybody's on board with nowadays. Holy moly!
Haley Van Lith is just the nation's women's basketball punching bag right
She
now.
has taken a heel turn and I'm not even sure if she took the heel turn, but everybody made her a heel.
I don't think she really did anything.
It's so weird.
It is really weird.
Yeah.
Like, I know Haley Van Lith is your nemesis.
Yeah.
But I feel a little bad right now for her.
Me too.
Because she's kind of taking some arrows. But anyway, Daniel, in preparation for the upcoming NFL draft, I decided to look up some recent Seahawks first-round picks.
Uh-oh.
Since 2016,
Okay.
the Seattle Seahawks have had 7 first-round picks. How many of them can you name?
Since 2016?
Yeah.
Okay. Just start? No, you didn't. You don't have any like weird scoring to throw in there?
I didn't put enough preparation into
About,
it for
like,
that.
If I pick one right, it's boogers.
If you get 4
if
right,
I pick another one, it's butts.
if you get 4 right, you win. Good job.
Good job. Chase says Justin has to say something slightly negative about Monty. Should be a new segment.
Well, here's
That's
something.
a good call.
Something
Challenge
slightly,
level impossible.
Nope, this is easy. There's something slightly negative about Monty. It neighbors a really crappy town. Anyway, Daniel.
Cosmopolis.
7.
Central Park.
Hey, wait a minute.
I apologize to everyone in Elma except for Chase, who I met in person, by the way, this week.
Oh,
Nice guy.
I'm surprised you were able to say that.
Yeah.
Well done. I'll start with the easy one, Charles Cross.
Okay, Charles Cross is 2022. Correct. That's 1.
And I'll go with the next easy one, which is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Forgot his name for a second there.
That's 2. 2023. Good job.
Let's see. We're going back to 2016. I believe this is in the Rashad Penny era.
Rashad Penny was 2018, but he was a first-round pick, so you got it. That's 3. Let's go.
I was just saying that.
Yeah.
I was,
General vicinity.
Yeah.
You're within a couple years.
Okay. Basically, you just got to think of really garbage Seahawks. Their first rounders were not great for a while there.
There's one really bad one in here.
Oh, man. Oh, that's what I'm trying to think of. I can't remember his name.
Actually, there's 2 pretty bad
Defensive lineman from Texas, from TCU. Oh, what's his name?
ones in here. You know everything about him except for his name.
Yep.
I remember one of his names.
I might have to come back to that one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. What other dumb decisions did they make? Oh, wait, no, they made a good decision recently. It seems like it, anyway.
Yeah.
Crap, what's his first name? It's Witherspoon.
Yeah.
It's... You never said I had to get the first name. Is that a loophole in this law?
It was implied.
Oh, you know what's really funny? This isn't my guess, but the only thing I can think is Reese Witherspoon. Crap, what's his name?
It took me a while, but I remembered it.
You remembered
If
it?
you can't remember the first name, I'll give you a half a point.
What if Andrew, signs it to me?
Okay, Andrew, sign it to him.
I don't know sign
Go ahead,
language
Andrew.
either.
Sign it to him.
Oh, he's mouthing it to me.
Did you get it?
Devin?
Devin is correct.
Thanks, Andrew. I would
Technically,
not.
I didn't say that he couldn't sign it with his mouth.
I didn't.
So-
I would not have got
You
that.
did not say hand sign it.
That's true.
The only
So-
thing, I was thinking Damien. That
You
was
got
way
Devin
off.
Witherspoon and Jackson Smith and Jigba, which were both first-round picks in 2023. You also got Charles Cross, which was 2022, and you went back to 2018 for Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
There is one in 2020, one in 2019, and one in 2016.
Jordan Brooks.
Jordan Brooks is 2020. That's correct. You got 5.
You're a winner.
So 2019, this is a guy you know everything about except his name.
Yeah.
You can probably even picture him.
He's so bad.
Yeah. The last 2 are both bad.
I had that feeling.
Yeah,
that they were both
2016 was bad too.
2016. Oh, man.
Here's your hint.
Is it?
Here's your hint. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Holding. Oh, it's Jermaine Ifedi.
Jermaine Ifedi. In case you're just listening in audio only, I did the holding signal. The holding penalty immediately. It was Jermaine Ifedi.
That's great.
You've already got 6, but you got a chance to go a perfect 7 for 7 if
What
you
is
can
this?
remember the name of the TCU defensive lineman that the Seahawks picked in 2019.
Yeah, and he was one of those in-between guys who wasn't really a true edge guy or big enough to be a true defensive tackle.
Turned out he was just bad.
It was just bad. Wow, you're going to say it, and I'm just going to explode. Dude, I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
LJ Collier.
LJ Collier. Tweener, yes.
Pretty good, though. You did a good job.
Thank you.
6 out of 7. And you only needed 1 hand signal and 1 mouth signal
Yes.
to get those other ones.
So I still would have got to 4 without the mouth signal and the hand signal.
Yeah. Well, we do, I think
good.
normally we would break down the Seahawks draft a lot more, but I think we'll wait until next week and we'll talk about what they did.
Okay.
Because unless, Andrew, do you have some profound opinions about what the Seahawks should do?
No, but I think it'd be fun if we gave just a brief part of thought of like, what is the thing that would upset you the most? What thing
That's
could
a
they
good-
do that
good
would
call.
upset you the most?
Hicker.
Because for me,
Trade back?
if
Would that? I'm not even sure if that upset me because they have like 4 draft picks.
That's true. And nothing in the second round.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andrew, we cut you off.
I
What were you
just
saying?
for me, if they pick an offensive player with their first pick, unless it's a quarterback that has fallen to them, and I don't even think.
What about a lineman?
What? You don't even want a
Oh
lineman?
no, you're right.
Are you saying
sorry.
skill position?
Yes, if I'm
Okay,
saying
yeah.
if they pick an offensive skill position,
Yeah,
I'm going to be like, what? Why?
I'm with
Agreed.
you.
What are
I'm
you
with you on
doing?
that, yeah.
100%. Yep.
You're right. Thank you for that. I was thinking offensive skill position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel says it's funny to me that Ifedi is now on the Browns.
He is?
Apparently.
I didn't even know.
Neither did I.
Huh.
Where's Reese playing these
Where's
days?
LJ Collier? Wait, Reese Witherspoon?
She's not the one who's... No, she's alive, right? Isn't there another actress who kind of looks like her who's dead?
I mean,
This got dark in a hurry. That took a turn.
All white actresses kind of look alike.
Well, earlier on our drive here, you said all white people look alike.
I sometimes feel that, like especially with people on TV.
You know what?
And, like you guys have all made such an effort to look alike. I can't tell any of you apart.
All
Collier's
humans look
on
alike.
the Cardinals,
Is he really? He's still in the league?
according to Wikipedia.
Well, somebody
Bizarre.
had to have him. He had 3 sacks as a Seahawk.
You know, I've just started watching. I just started watching a different Star Trek series, and I've realized that all humans look alike
Yes.
What about
compared
the
to
Klingons?
other aliens.
What about the Klingons?
They're not humans.
No, I'm saying, do all Klingons look alike, or do they look very...
Probably all Klingons and all Romulans look alike.
What about the Capulets?
I don't know those ones.
Oh.
Wow, are you going deep? Are you a Star Trek person too?
No, but one time in 30 Rock,
You got me excited.
Tracy Jordan says, you know, like Capulets and Romulans when he's talking about people who fight with each other. So I just assumed the Romulans fight with the Capulets, but
Gotcha.
No,
but he's Tracy
they fight
Jordan.
with
That was
everyone.
Tracy Jordan. So Capulets is probably from like a different like sci-fi series.
Or it's something really inappropriate I wish I hadn't said. I have no idea.
Could be true.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think I'm with Andrew that like offensive skill position
Yeah.
might be the only thing I'd be really upset with.
I would be upset if they drafted a corner
Okay.
first. We're talking about first round, right?
First round.
16th pick. Like, you got enough. You got Witherspoon. You got Woolen. You've got Mike Jackson. You've got Kobe Bryant. You've got like all of these
Trey
guys.
Brown's still there?
Trey Brown's still there.
Yeah, but some of those guys aren't like great. though.
Part of me,
I guess it's because
wants
you're
to
saying
be
like
look, nickelback is a starting position.
so that's part of what I'm. Yeah,
But I agree with you. They have lots and lots of DBs.
my
Yeah.
thought process is exactly Andrew's. Where at first I was like, well, but you can have 3 great corners and that's a good thing. But like by comparison to the needs of the rest of the team,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah. And let's say for a second that Woolen returns a little bit to his rookie form, which was Rookie of the Year candidate.
Probably should have been Rookie of the Year in my opinion.
Mike Jackson seems to
New
be
York bias.
everybody
Yes.
loves to
There was
Everybody loves to talk about how good Mike Jackson and Trey Brown have done when they've gotten time with how physical they've played and how they've just generally played the ball pretty well. And then you have Devin Witherspoon, who can play outside or inside. Mm-hmm. There's 4 guys for 3 positions right there. And then Kobe Bryant, when he got to play nickel before Devin Witherspoon came in, his rookie year, Kobe Bryant was a great nickel cornerback, but just didn't get much time at it.
Yeah.
Plus,
so they do not need a corner.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got like the opposite issue with linebackers where you don't have any.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah,
so seeing them go to
no
a
Jordan
DB
Brooks, no Bobby Wagner
over a linebacker would be very.
Oh wait, but could they get Cody Barton back?
Dear Lord. I just now realized that they won't have Bobby Wagner or Jordan Brooks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to recognize their linebacking core.
The thing that makes that a little bit more acceptable is that we also might not recognize the defense at all because
it's a whole new defense. I'm really excited about how they play defense, like scheme wise. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna say, I'm with you guys. If they go offensive skill position, I'm upset, and I'm really upset if they don't go line of scrimmage. Yeah, I'm gonna go that far.
Yep.
Unless it's some freak show linebacker that I don't know about.
Yeah.
Where it's this middle linebacker is the best ever, but nobody's talking about him because there's all these quarterbacks. Then I'll be okay with it.
Right.
If it's new Bobby Wagner. But if it's not
Wagner wasn't a first round pick.
No, he was a second round pick from Utah State. That's
another
weird.
Seahawk who should have won Rookie of the Year.
Gosh, yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
Andrew, I liked that though. What would we be really upset about?
Yeah.
And basically,
that's way better than what would you like? What would make you mad?
Well,
the one thing I've learned about how the Seahawks draft is that they don't draft the way anyone expects.
Was that the way Pete Carroll drafted or John Schneider?
We'll
find out.
We will find out.
Watch, all of a sudden now they go
He's gonna
buy
take
the book.
Two quarterbacks.
And the Seahawks select J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix. Penix.
You know, it is interesting though. I was hearing that for the first time ever that it is possible that 4 quarterbacks could go in the first 4 picks.
In the first 4 picks?
It would require some trading out because Arizona's not going to pick a quarterback.
Justin,
or would they? Are they going with Kyler Murray?
Well, they already gave him a massive contract.
Wasn't that a few years ago, though, before the coach switch?
It was literally last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
So they're hitching their wagon to that goofus?
I really don't think they have a choice.
Wow.
Justin, would you like me to send the Zoom invite to the email, or do you want me to send it to you?
I just sent you that email so you can send it directly to him.
Okay,
so I think what we'll do, because we're going to bring Skylar Bove on from Montesano Baseball to taunt me for losing our bracket wager, and we have a very robust local sports roundup. Including some big-time Montesano Baseball results, because they are now the #1 team in the state 1A. And then we'll have the difficult task of naming an athlete of the week as well.
Yes. Daniel, shockingly, the Husky alum says, I honestly hope for Penix.
And do you want me to do that right now? That was the other question.
We'll do Skylar. Yeah, he can send. We'll have him on after the break.
Okay.
Before we do local sports.
We have to talk to Skylar while he's being all cocky as a winner? Not even about something that he did athletically, but beating you in a dude.
Listen, here's the thing.
You really needed to clear this with us before.
You want to cancel it? We can still cancel it. I'm fine if you don't want to let Skylar come on and give me a hard time.
There's some cognitive dissonance because Skylar.
Yeah.
I don't want him to come on all good reason to be cocky.
Yeah.
But also, I want you to suffer some.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. I met Skylar when he was in 3rd grade, and I know him really well. I've known him well for a long time. There aren't a lot of versions of Skylar that aren't cocky.
That's a good point. When was that softball tournament we won? Because I think that's when I met Skylar.
Let's see.
It might be the only softball tournament I've ever won, too, so it should be fairly easy for you to pinpoint this.
I'm trying to think, because Caleb Ames
You're right.
was like 12 at that time.
Okay.
So, and was that 7 years ago? Is
Wow.
it possible it was that long ago?
It would have to be that long ago because I was healthy enough where I was really good at softball.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
Well,
really
I
good.
mean-
I was really good until I hurt my ankle.
I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not just saying I was really good. I won MVP of the tournament.
Yeah.
So I actually have proof. Not just me glory daysing it.
Yeah.
I won an award.
It's glory days and also not just you giving yourself credit.
You know what's funny, though?
Daniel, can I tell you something?
You know what's funny?
Can I tell you something?
What?
You're a good softball player.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that my brother started rattling off his stats from that tournament in an argument that he probably should have won MVP of the tournament instead of me. After because it did come with a pretty sweet backpack, like softball backpack. And he said that he was happy for me, but then told me why he deserved it more.
I wouldn't expect any less. Also, Steve Bovey says that was 9 years ago.
That was 9 years
Because
ago!
as I'm thinking about it, it wasn't Caleb Ames I was teaching a lesson. It was his older brother.